My wonderful people of God, the Biafrans, Oduduwas, Middle Beltans, and Dambazonia, welcome back to Omo Biafra TV. My old subscribers and those who are about to subscribe and those who are watching without subscribing, I am so thrilled to have every one of you. May the peace of the Lord be with you. May the face of the Lord shine upon you. May whatever you do, may it prosper. He say, my brothers and sisters, the video we're about to watch is how corrupt the media, the news media are. But I'm so proud of this, our brother. If you are looking at what is happening in Afghanistan today, and our medias are downplaying everything as they are doing in Nigeria, but my prayer is that my Biafran people will not be in that shoe. They cannot come out and declare Biafra for you and I. He say.
All right, I have in the studio with me the Executive Director, Young Igbo Empowerment Foundation, Bright Izocha. Good morning. Thank you for joining us on TVC Breakfast.
Thank you.
You can see the concerns that from that report by our correspondent, those who have spoken about especially the economic crippling of the economy rather in those regions. And those, yesterday there was supposed to be a NECO exams, which some students actually weren't able to write. Now, from your perspective, is this the right way to go if you say you are protesting in the interest of a member of yours?
I strongly believe that the safest way for the indigenous people of Biafra at this point in time is the method they have embarked on.
How so?
Sit at home. To me, I feel it's the most safest for them. Because we have had in the past where these young men took to the street to protest peacefully, and they were shot and killed by Nigerian soldiers, Nigerian military, Nigerian police, and nothing came out of it. We have a situation where these young men gather in a room, in a building to pray to God, to grant them independent state of Biafra, and they were rounded up and killed at will. Nobody says anything, nothing happened.
And then you did not allow children whose future, NECO exam.
I am not in support of the calling for this protest at this point in time, denying those young chaps the opportunity to write their exams. I'm not in support of it. But I'm trying to give you the background picture where they are coming from.
I understand.
These are the same people that all the methods that have been applied for their peaceful protests have failed. The state have visited them with a high level of terrorism.
But does that mean they don't know their members such that they can ensure that those who are not part of them are roped into any agitations they are trying to put forward? You heard that old man talking about their businesses. A lot of persons couldn't open their shops.
I'm not a member of IPOB.
I know you're not.
But neither am I their spokesman. But I feel strongly that calling for a sit at home once in a while to press home their demands is not something bad. Since that's the only option they have left. For me, I would have preferred they organize their people peacefully and march on the streets, allowing people to go about their normal businesses. But you see, that is not acceptable in Nigeria, in the southeast.
We saw some persons from that report.
You see, those people that you saw on that report, they are government-sponsored protesters.
Do you have evidence to prove that?
I can assure you that.
Really?
I know very well. All of us live in this country. You live in this country where you see people are not allowed to protest in Abuja. And the same in Abuja, some people are protesting and they will have a police backup. So what are we talking about? We are living and we know the fact what is going on in this country. We are living in a country where government sponsor thugs to attack peaceful protesters on the streets. We are witnessing that time and time again.
These are unverified statements.
It
really,
is not unverified. We saw it. We witnessed it as sit-at-home order. The video went viral. All of us saw it. Where Hilux buses with people dressed in the black suit were dropping touts that attacked members of what is it called? Is it called again? The end police something. NSAS. We saw the video. It went viral.
We were protesting peacefully until it was hijacked.
You see, who are those that sponsor those that hijack the protest? We are once embarked on a labor protest at Yaba. Getting to Ojuelegba, we were attacked by hoodlums. And they came out, they said that they were giving money by this government to attack us. So these things have continued, it's not today. And we are witnessing in the Southeast that these young men at Impo Junction, at some time ago at Impo in Anambra State, these young men embarked on peaceful protests. They were gone down. A lot of them were gone down. And we keep calling for inquiry, for the government to inquiry to find out what happened. Who are those that are responsible for that act, so that they can be prosecuted. Nobody said that, nobody does anything. So what do you expect these young men to do? You cannot beat a child and not allow the child to cry. So they are okay. The second one, which led that the arrest of their leaders is unclear, and the government has not come out to tell us how they get Nnamdi Kanu arrested. Whether they kidnapped him from Kenya or whether they kidnapped him from London, nobody knows. And the government has not come out to clear the air. There's so many things that government need to explain to the people.
Now, the government has not come out to explain, but do you think that the way they are going about it is the only way to go? For instance, we see what is happening with the Igboho case. We saw how it is going. And we see how leaders of thought have come in to weigh in on the matter. We are not seeing certain things. This is a comparison some people are already making. People have not been forced to stay at home. How far has the staying at home resolved any matter so far? Because this is not the first time.
If you look at the history of staying at home, it starts from Masop. After Has that resolved anything? Well, to me, I feel strongly that that's the only safest means for them to drive home their points, since the street is no longer safe for them. But I am not in support of them trying to stage sit at home when they know that the little kids will need to hide their exams that will help them in their future endeavor. So I'm not in support of that. But at the same time, if we talk about the economy of the Southeast, do we actually have economy in the Southeast? We don't have leaders. You don't compare Southeast with South.
You don't have leaders?
I must be honest with you, we don't have sincere and genuine leaders from the Southeast.
How so?
I can assure you, see what is happening in the Igboho case. You see the role the leaders in the Southwest is playing to make sure they set him free, to at least to have people listen to him and reason with him, because they believe that what the young man is fighting for is not just for his own personal interest, but for the interest of the Southwest. But those that are called themselves governors of the Southeast, political leaders of the Southeast, do they believe in the agitation of this young man? They do not believe it. Because if they believe in his agitation, they believe that if they believe that the Igbos have been marginalized in Nigerian states, they would have been the first prescribed to IPOB. Today, we have the Fulani herdsmen.
You can call them herdsmen.
Okay, herdsmen, yes. They come from a tribe that is known. Because today,
we cannot attach them to a particular tribe. That is the position we have as a broadcast organization.
Okay, I agree with you, but whether we like it or not, those that we know today in Nigeria as headers in Nigeria are the Fulanis. And we are
not the only ones that have cattle.
But we have constant attack on communities and villages with AK-47, the highest level of sophisticated weapons. And up to today, those that are in authority, those who came from there, have not found any reason to prescribe those people. We've had position of Meiti Allah on these issues, and nobody have come out to condemn them. None of them has been arrested. That is a double standard. But yet, when little thing happen, the Southeast will be the first to condemn and crucify their own people. And that's what what you saw, we witnessed yesterday when the governor says people should go about and normal business. And these people say, sit at home.
There is a government in place.
Which government? Is the government that protects the interests of the people?
In place.
See,
you can't have two governments in a state.
I agree with you. Right. I agree with you. But what is government all about? For the welfare of its citizens, protection of life and properties.
Absolutely.
And then, in the issue of the Southeast, how many governors have condemned the ongoing onslaught on the Southeasterners in Igbo land.
Have you engaged with them to know their stance on this? Have you called them to order? Because you have a right to hold them to account. Have you engaged with them?
My sister, the truth remains
that's the question.
In several mediums, we have tried to engage them. We found that these people have no interest in the interest of Igbo.
How so? Did they not give you audience?
All their interest lays on how they can please those in the central government for their political gains.
Thank you for watching.